The key role for technologies is to enable acceptable ways of production from a society point of view. So once we talk about the famous mixed farm or young farmers entering the sector, the reality is that currently we are facing more and more concentration. This is also linked to technology. We have certain technologies that are dominated by big multinationals. And this is politically not acceptable among some socioeconomic groups. And therefore, we need to make sure that whatever we do, especially with technology, that is adapted to the political reality and expectations of the society in maintaining reasonable farm structures, rural areas being covered by activities, and especially enabling young farmers to enter the market.
So we need to ensure that on the other side, through new techniques, through research and innovation, through new skills, we produce the same amount or more food, but having less impact on environment, on biodiversity and the climate. So your question, do we need research and innovation? I think it's key to succeed this transformation to a more sustainable agriculture, but it's not enough to have only research and innovation. We also need to be sure that the farmers use it.
I would think that the main objective here is to bridge these dilemmas, and there's only one way of bridging these dilemmas through technology. And including and allowing new technology to help bridge this. And let's give some examples. So if we want more nature, of course we should preserve more of the land use for nature. That means taking out some productive land today for original nature, preserving grasslands for grasslands. That means producing what we need at a lower land use. And if you need to do that, you need to increase the output from such land, of course. And we don't want to do that by polluting more, right? By bringing in more fertilizers and so on. So bringing in new breeding technologies, for example, for the plants, for those to thrive at, you could say, lower nutrition input, so lower fertilizer input, being more resistant to pests, being more, drought resistant, bringing in new technologies like biosolutions for biocontrol. So actually having pest control without leaving a footprint, a chemical footprint in nature. Having solutions for bionutrients, the microbiome, the plant microbiome, ensuring that this thrives, will allow also for fertilizer reduction. So it's all possible. This alongside regenerative agriculture, precision farming, and so on and so forth, will all help. Now, the problem in Europe is that the regulatory framework doesn't really allow for this. Regulatory timeframes for such in Europe is 7, 8 years, while it's 1.5 years for example, in the United States. It's impossible to bring new gene technology, modified or engineered microorganisms and plants to the market in Europe, while you can do it in the US, China, and now also in the UK, for example.